Hey guys, first Regardsman here. Today I'll be talking about a Thunderhammer Bulwark build for patch 9.0 Space Marine 2. Now the Thunderhammer, like all the other melee weapons in this game for patch 9.0, did get buffed, and today I will be using a block version because this one hits like an absolute truck with 16 plus strength, and despite only having 2 speed, the Thunderhammer doesn't really care about speed all that much. It does matter a bit for like your ground slam and your light combos, but things like Aftershock and Pommel Smash are barely affected or not affected at all in the case of Aftershock when it comes to your speed stat, so it's still a very strong weapon, especially on the Bulwark class where we primarily use Pommel Smash anyways, and Aftershock to deal major damage, and our parry with things like Intimidating Aura is very, very powerful on top of that. So for the perk setup here, I do just take the perk Perpetual Strength down here into Fast Preparation. Aftershock preparation time is reduced by 30%. Aftershock is one of the most valuable attacks on this thing to begin with, so it's pretty much a mandatory perk in my opinion. And then I pick up the perk Perpetual Strength down here into Seismic Chain and Shattering Impact. So these two perks are really, really useful. This one makes your ground slam have an area of effect radius increase of 50%, and this one just gives you an extra ground slam if you hold the button down again. So like ground slam is just like your little mini combo after one light attack, or like a pommel smash. So pretty good, though I will say on a 2-speed weapon, this is kind of negatively impacted compared to a lot of your other things, and also your light combo is too. So it is kind of unfortunate, but we have to build down here to move over into Aftershock Improved and pick up our dead end perk for Pommel Smash having 50% more damage, because primarily on the Bulwark class we will just be using extra Pommel Smash damage because he has a ton of perks around that anyways. That's why I build it this way. Now for the actual secondary weapon here, I do take a Plasma Pistol because the rate of fire variant for this weapon got buffed last patch. This thing charges super fast, amazing for getting your CHP back, also has AoE gun strikes, and overall I think this is probably like the best secondary weapon in the whole game currently, and the way I build it is just for ammo efficiency and shot charge speed, because this thing is not super ammo efficient even with auxiliary reloads. You kind of have to be a little careful about how you use it, but overall it's very, very powerful. Now alternatively, you could use a heavy bolt pistol. This is up to you if you want to take this instead. I just think this one is far better for CHP recovery and stagger, but that's really up to you. Now for the Bulwark perk tree selection, I do take Intimidating Aura first. A perfectly timed parry deals area effect damage within a 5-meter radius. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Now despite the tooltip here saying it only works on a perfect parry, it also works on a perfect block as of patch 8.0, so a really strong perk for all weapon types, and I actually prefer this on block because it really helps you deal damage to enemies that are kind of hard to catch at times with actual melee attacks, things like lictors that have a very awkward combat string, and also just enemies like sword warriors to actually execute them, pick up some extra HP. Very strong on block weapons for that reason, but really this is a top tier perk for every single weapon, and so are all the other ones in this first tree, for being honest. Now next perk I take here is Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. Now this perk is just free damage reduction for something that happens in this game all the time, which is you getting surrounded by 5 or more enemies, and 25% less damage from range attacks does affect your armor as well. So this is really, really good at preventing you from getting damage nuked, and armor in general already has damage caps in Space Marine 2, so it's just like a total value machine, and these other two perks don't really compare. Now the next perk here is Super S tier, Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Now a 30% health damage reduction on top of 25% damage reduction from range attacks from Scramble Targeting and a 30% higher base HP is super chunky damage reduction. You're an absolute tank below 50% HP with this perk. Very, very strong, though I will say if you are using a fencing or balanced hammer, which you could definitely do with this build, I would probably just take Armor Reinforcement instead if you don't want to take this, because this perk is also super, super strong for armor restoration. Now next perk I take is the team perk Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds all squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This perk is just incredible. This comes out to so much armor over the course of the game, and even if you're playing by yourself, this perk is good. If you're playing with like teammates and stuff, it is that much better. Like Tactical class gets a ton of armor out of this where he usually gets none. Super strong for keeping your teammates alive, and you don't have to do jack shit, so very strong perk for that reason. Now alternatively, you could take Advanced Conditioning. Contested health fades 50% more slowly for all squad members. This perk is also very strong. This one is just slightly better. Now next perk I take here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies in this area of effect. This perk is one of the best perks for your banner, period. This will wipe out my Norse hordes. This turns a Glorious Shield banner, even an Invigorating Icon banner, into an absolute like shock grenade machine. Deals serious damage to even bosses. Super, super strong. S tier for sure, and these other two need a serious buff if they want to compete. Now next perk I take is for the Pommel Smash Concussive Force. Shield Bash, it deals 200% more damage. Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, it deals 100% more damage and deals area effect damage with a 7-meter radius. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Now, your Pommel Smash is just your lunging attack with a Thunder Hammer when you do like a sprint. Very, very easy to pull off. Very low recovery frames. Very easy to get out of even sniper shots with it. And this one makes it so you can just bop guys in the face. Pretty strong. Maybe not the strongest perk in this tree here, but definitely useful for a Thunder Hammer. We are building for damage primarily here. Now, next perk I take is Merciless Resolve. After a Shield Bash or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. Now, you don't actually have to hit anything with your Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash to pull this off, so it happens all the time. It's pretty much just a free melee damage increase on top of no knockback, and no knockback can still save your life, because the recent patch they did to like stagger resist doesn't really feel like it did anything, so no knockback is still top tier for sure. Now, for the signature perk, I also picked up the Armored Advance here. If you have armor remaining, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. Now, with these two perks combined, you will pretty much never be knocked back again, so very, very strong combo. And if you don't want to even take this because you think this one's enough, you could just take Emergency Countermeasure for a shock grenade every 90 seconds when your armor breaks. This one's also very powerful. Now for my Bulwark Prestige perk selection, I do take Auxiliary Reload first. Melee kills of Extremis level or higher enemies restore your secondary weapons ammo by 1 magazine. So for a heavy bolt pistol, it's just your 1 magazine, and for a plasma pistol, it's a percentage-based restore. Either way, this perk is really, really good. Obviously, it scales up with your difficulty, so Absolute and Siege mode especially get the most value out of this, but it's pretty good regardless, and ammo economy in this game is strong for any class, and let's be real, if you're prestiging your Bulwark, you're probably playing on Absolute for the most part, or lethal where there are more Extremis. And I will say in patch 9.0, Extremis feel like they got buffed in like their spawn rates on the absolute difficulty, so even more valuable than ever. Now, next perk I take, since I am not taking Invigorating Icon, is Resilience. Medicae stims restore 40% more health. This one just makes your stims more valuable, and especially since you have like a higher base HP, you get even more value out of stims than most classes do. This just makes it that much better. And really, we have an extra perk slot anyways for prestige perks because we aren't taking Masterful Defense, since we are using a Thunder Hammer and have no shield. Now, the next perk I take is Overcharge. Charge attack damage increases by 20%. This is really good for your Thunder Hammer. It's like the only thing it actually affects here is your melee attacks, not like your secondaries or plasma pistol whatsoever. Very strong damage increase, especially for things like the Power Fist as well, which is why I take it here. Now, final perk I take is Powerful Shot. Range damage increases by 20%. Pretty boring, but pretty damn useful because 20% increase to your range damage is just a super chunky number. Now, the perk Standard Bearer here, when Chapter Banner activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. Invulnerability in this game is super strong as a perk effect. Unfortunately, on the Bulwark class, you do not banner enough to get like the full value out of this like you would if you were a sniper with Emperor's Grace, so that's why I pretty much never take this. And Emboldened Stand just gives you no knockback for anyone in your banner area, but if somebody's standing in your banner area, they're probably not caring about getting hit all that much anyways because there's so much damn armor going around. Now, that is pretty much all I have to say about the prestige perks here. Now, the final thing I want to say about this build before I show some gameplay is that if you do want to use a different type of Thunder Hammer like the Balanced or Fencing, you definitely can. I think the Fencing is kind of excessive with 8 speed, but Balanced Thunder Hammer, 14 strength, 6 speed, and 12 cleaving potential is very strong right now, and you pretty much build it the same way regardless because overall, the Bulwark benefits from Pommel Smash for the most part anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much, but really it is up to you because these are all good options at the moment because melee weapons did get a buff, and they're pretty strong in Space Marine 2 currently. Now, that's all I have to say about this build. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and here's some gameplay. Bye.
Ready to deploy. Lessons now. Amplify our
Just a one attack that stuns you.
that silence the tuning.
I mean, we definitely do a lot of damage, I'll say that. That is abundantly clear. Oh, thank you. Really needed that. Oak. Oh, that would have killed him had I not fucked that up.
We crushed the ravenous brood.
Uh-oh. That's actually spooky. But just think about all the damage we'll do when he lands.
Watch your footing! No Xenos monstrosity will escape its wrath. Nero! Vanquish it for the Imperium! You failed at all. Our banner awaits unburned.
Right out land. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it, guys. These Termagants have the luxury of watching me do this. Oh. I mean, that's good damage. Better than usual, for sure. He dodges. Try to do the thing. Come eventually, chat. Please, please. There he goes. Finally.
Honor our captain's honor! Your power. Tyranid Tunma destroyed. Skittles the ring, Xenos. That silenced the Tyranids' vile chittering.
Alright, block hammer ain't that bad, guys.
Tyranids dispatched.
It's a little unwieldy, for sure. But usable.
Ready to deploy. Talassa, the Cadians are running out of time.
This light attack combo does kind of suck ass, so I'll say that. You're right. Let's move on.
You are making good time. You're going to need it.
What chapter is this? This is old Ultramarines.
Looks like preparations were close before the guard was wiped out. Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crude Promethean well. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
Bonk. Next, we'll try it against Chaos. And by next game, I mean like tomorrow. Or later tonight. I do want to try a block hammer versus Chaos. That'd be kind of neat.
Resources acquired. Melter charge prime. Deploying now. Rites of activation have been observed. The generators hum in the machine god's name. Crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload. Tyranids nearing generator 3.
Here. Okay.
Generator 3 is discharging irregular current. Eliminates these unholy fluctuations. The foe wants backup. Denied it. Hostiles approaching. Generator 1. This is the
Once again.
We will sanction mechanical adjustments in occurrence of Generator 1. Follow only the divine protocols. Releasing shock. Execute that one, lest they summon aid. Our enemy brings forth more of its foul kind. This Ravener tunnel. Attention. Crane drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation. That one's calling reserve forces. Crane is offline. We need to repair it. Skitter to the grave of Xenos.
Of course, he's also enraged.
Where shall I plant this flag?
And Sarah's and those guys really hate to work properly. Maybe that lunge.
Bomb in transit. Drive train restored. Begin the course of locomotion edits. Generator 2 needs support. Potential heretical sabotage of Generator 2. Secure immediately. Deploying shock.
Alright.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the Omnissiah's divine precision. Hold out a while longer. The deed is nearly done. Intercept the swarm nearing Generator 4!
Alright, let's go to 4. Yeah, but they gave me all 4 this time. And a crane jam.
In progress. Punish the ignorant iconoclasts.
This is the portion I was afraid of. This run of block hammers, speed is really going to affect it. So I have to use this. This is a classic way to deal with hordes. You had to do that on the fencing hammer too back in the day.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Promethium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Right, let's move on.
Join me directly.
There should be a relic here someday. Why purple? We aren't purple. Thank you for the super chat. How are we purple? We're blue. We're Night Lord's blue. Unless you're making fun of the why purple. I see what you're doing, you cheeky guy. Good question. Why purple indeed?
This galaxy is not yours to devour.
Alright, that's actually scary.
Stop that target from running fresh warriors. Steel yourself! More are coming! Within our adversary uses the new their deny them any advance. Our foes' wretched forces grow. Crush the ravenous brood.
I'm gonna pull them indoors with me. Or not. Alright, well, I got no ammo, so. What are you gonna do? Let's break this box open for more ammo.
Load up.
Awesome. Oh, I also delayed input that. An enraged devourer, not enraged sniper plus zone throw. Very epic. An entertaining and highly skill-based battle before me. You know, in a fighting game, zoning is generally about maintaining your patience, so you don't lose your mind. The whole point of zoning is to break down your opponents slowly and make them play worse, on top of dealing damage to them over time. That's part of the reason for it, but that's what these guys do to you. The zone tropes shoot you so much because they want you to lose your cool.
We have trampled a chittering parasite. Ammunition here.
Now what is the next boss fight? Let's discover. Whatever comes through that door, hold the line. It's Gandalf, or the king, something like that.
Stay alert. Lictors use biological damage. Behold, the supremacy of Ultra.
He's guarding the ammo box, but hey, we have an ammo box. That's what I can say for most of these.
One dead zone, closer to kingdom. Our banner awaits transform. Waste nothing, brothers.
Save my banner for the next thing that comes out that door. Or you're a lictor. Come for me. There it is. That's a value banner. How long do you usually stream for? Depends. Or like anywhere between 2 and 12 hours.
This fallen neurophrobe is our message to the swarm. Flee or perish.
Let's frag.
Equipment
Oh yes. Right, the hardest part is over.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. We will be your bulwark, Titus. Rest assured. I will hold you to that.
Thunderhammer tactical battle focus would be something. Probably still be bad, to be honest. Maybe old battle focus. Alright. Allow us. That's why I think intimidating aura is just so good block weapons here, because there are a lot of times you just can't get hidden, especially with how slow this one is. That it can't be those final little things.
Where shall I plant this flag?
Stim.
Take heart.
Let's use this. Let me give you another one.
Better than
No.
any war.
How greedy of me.
Follow me through.
The block hammer, exactly. Actually pretty good. This is not the absolute most damaging setup. Actually, it kind of is, because Intimidating Aura is more damaging directly, I believe, than like a Momentum would be, just not for your actual hammer swings.
The bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done. Enemies have split from the main force. Prepare to intercept. Swarm is climbing. Perimeter breach. Ready for close. The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding. Skitter to the grave.
The rate of fire plasma buff definitely makes a lot of the slower weapons in this game feel a lot better, because you're not super worried about losing your CHP on them. Granted, their CHP recovery should just be good on its own, especially with the perks for it. You know, I'll think like, or nothing.
You have been outmaneuvered.
A lot of guns.
Ready for another tyranid push. Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
triple lictor right at the end. I was a little confused. I was like, where'd the last one come from?
Hold the line. We will push them back. The swarm has almost fully committed. Are you ready for my mark?
Find too many ores very good. Lictors especially. Oh. That is actually really bad for us.
You shall regret putting hands on the sky.
That one was also silent.
Say goodbye to those foul things.
Okay, well we're at like 5% HP here. That's fine. That's fine. Just double silent lictors. I need my HP anyways. That's why I left the box over there, in case I was curious. For that reason. Oh my god, the laser beam. Yeah, 2 silent lictors, epic. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I should dodge laser beam at the end. I should have hid behind the wall. Double silent lictor. I wasn't not expecting that. Or that's on purpose. Or just a bug. Almost fine. We made it to that box. We would have gotten a stim, but unfortunately, we got hit by the the only armor-piercing attack that could possibly happen to us there, besides like a ball. What are you gonna do? $26 Extremis killed, 52,000 melee damage. I mean, we were pretty fucking close to over. We got both bosses. If we had a relic there, we would have been fine, but 1,100 kills, pretty good.